Hey warriors, welcome to another No Rest for the Vivid podcast. I'm Claire Hill, your coach, self-belief coach. I'll be your self-belief coach and business coach in these episodes. Why not? Welcome warriors. I am sharing some mindset shifts in my new office because I can. If you've listened to the last episode, they're all about these big shifts that I'm having at the moment. And I really wanted to share what's going on in my head in real time. So I'm going to squeeze another one in before I'm collected because, before I get going, subscribe and follow. Thanks. I'm getting collected soon from the office because I cannot drive. I have torn my calf muscle and it really, really hurts. And I can't put my foot down and I can't put weight on my leg. So I am on crutches and I've got a great big bandage up my leg. Luckily, I have my Shama, the greatest fan of the podcast ever, is a physio. She's advising I probably need to get it seen by somebody now, not just do WhatsApp guidance. But it really hurts. Now, I am really grateful that it happened this week. This week, I am in a CEO week, which I urge you all to book out. I'm not supposed to be recording these podcasts, actually. I'm supposed to be working on the business, but my brain will not shut up with these episodes, so I needed to record them. But a CEO week is basically 5 whole days where you are working through that list that you put off, the stuff that really matters and moves the needle. And oh my God, already I'm moving the needle. However, my mindset has been a bit off because hurting my leg on Sunday, I cried a lot. I cried a bit on Saturday, but Sunday I cried a lot. I was in bits because it was basically a shit show because I have to rely on people obviously to get me about. My leg hurts, like the pain it hurts. I luckily painkillers are working, thank the Lord. Luckily I've got crutches and access to them. Thank you very much, universe, Lord, whoever. But the mindset around me, not just having to ask for help, about receiving help. And the reason I need to tell you this is because it links to a money mindset. Because if you're not programmed to receive, then how is the money going to come in? And so I know that this leg situation has not only made sure that I sit on my laptop and do the work that I'm supposed to do, but also so that all these mindset shifts about me receiving come up for me. Because in our mindset, we have murky, murky shadows hanging about, being little assholes. And these shadows, we need to get out of the way. They have to move and they have to shift. I've just had a thought pop into my head, realizing I've got the same t-shirt on as all the other podcast episodes that I've recorded, which means for about 10 episodes, I'm in the same outfit. Bum. Just because it's Tina Turner. I saw a reel. I might create content around it yesterday, later on, about Tina Turner when she's 70 on one of her last tours without a harness and in heels going across this I don't know, this apparatus in the middle of a crowd and she could have just fallen. I was like, that is such a fantastic way to describe self-belief. I trust myself. I believe in myself. It's fine. So anyway, I digress. I've lost my train. Oh, it's back to the old school episodes, isn't it? What was I talking about? I was talking about trust, receiving, outfit. There we go. So receiving. So when we were talking today about money mindset inside the Vivid Business Club, we're doing a money challenge, and we were talking about how, if you're not very good at receiving help, not necessarily even asking for it, but if you're not good at receiving it, then that is an issue around your money mindset. So today I'm in the office, really lucky. I've got some fantastic people that work in this building. Upstairs, the amazing Sam Fuzzard, he runs Fuzzy Logic Studio. Go and follow him. He does commercial content creation. And he came in earlier. He was like, is there anything I can get you? I was like, well, the only thing that I would love and I can't get to is a coffee. He was like, great. How do you like your coffee? And I was like, black. I was like, if you can bring me one, amazing, but don't worry. And he was like, no, 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 I will. Anyway, I'm delivering the session and he comes in with that coffee. Now, straight away, my mindset said, right, I need to get him something for that coffee. I need to bring him in like a gift. And I was like, no, I don't. Because what does that say about receiving? That every time we receive, we have to give back? What about if I just receive? If I just go, no, I am a really kind person who is in a difficult situation and can't move. If Sam was in that situation, what would I do? I'd 100% make him a coffee and not think anything about it. Like, my husband he's had a few health issues over the last 6 months. And he said to me, I said, oh, I'm just such a burden. This was when I was crying and it was a shit show. He's like, I'm such a burden. I feel like I'm such a burden. He was like, so what, when I was ill, was I a burden? And in my head straight away, it was like, no, it's different because it's you. I'm like, no, it's not different because it's him. This is me. I deserve to be looked after. Honestly, the mindset shifts have been crazy. So the shadows have been springing up. Then I get to reframe in the moment. Like, I am so self-aware that I know when these pop up, I don't have to believe them. I don't have to choose to listen to them or pay attention to them. I get to say, thanks. That's very interesting. Thanks for showing up. I'm going to reframe. It's going to make me stronger because of it. Another one was that I was faking it. In my head, my dad, this is so interesting. My dad was saying, you're faking the injury. You're making it up. And this goes back to when I was a kid. And I think this is when it goes back to, but when I was younger, I think this is a really vulnerable bit. I don't think I've really shared this before. So, keep it between me and you. I spoke, if I hurt myself, I would have to cry a lot for it to be recognised that I was hurt. So I actually used to program myself to cry extra because if I fell over and got upset, no one would come. I had to be like nearly dying. And I think that is associated. And the only reason I remembered this, because obviously it's like trauma and all that, was that I remember having a conversation with my counsellor when I was at uni about it, because it was coming up then. And then I was like, how can it come back up again? Because I've never been in this situation. Because I remember when I had COVID, I had it really, really, really bad. I mean, as bad as anybody else, but I had it worse in my family. But when I had it, my brain was not in gear. Like, I couldn't even watch the TV. I was literally just sleeping and just like in a haze because I didn't really know what was going on. When I was also in this much pain when I had my son Jackson, because the delivery was quite traumatic, I was feeding a baby and being a new mum. So it's fine. My brain is still fine. My brain is very much fine. So I'm like going, oh, for God's sake, like, oh my God, my brain is just allowing me to have all these shifts and it's just really winding me up. But the good shifts. So I was thinking, like, you're making it up. So last night, this is me being an absolute twat. Again, we're on a journey here. I'm going to be compassionate with myself and not call myself a twat. But I was like, right, I'm just going to test it and see if I can put my heel down on the floor. And I was just very gingerly. Then I hurt it again. Like, there was no need for it. Look, I've read all the documentation. I am not supposed to try and put weight on it at all yet. Guess what though? I'm Claire Henry Rose Vidler. I think I can do everything. Claire Henry Rose Vidler. I was like, oh God, actually it's getting a bit, I need to move it. Anyway, I'm going to stop recording soon, but I was like, I must be, I must be faking it because, I don't get hurt like this. I've got too much to do. I'm so self-sufficient. Like, there's no way that I can get hurt. Like, I can, I've got time for this sort of shit. So really, I think it's me also understanding that I get ill and hurt myself just like everybody else. I'm not invincible. But I teach that. You know that. We need to protect our energy. Is my doubt telling me one rule for you lot, one rule for me? No. But also, remember that this is CEO Claire. This is my present self. She's very different to my doubt. Clara's a bitch bag. And my future self, and this is the thing, when I was in those moments with my mindset shifts, my future self was saying, This is one of the most powerful experiences you are going to have. You are forced to look at all of the shadows that are stopping you from fully getting into that next level that you are creating for yourself by getting a new office and doing all these new things in the corporate world and getting bigger clients and all of that. This is what's holding you back. You need to face these shadows in your mindset and get it done. And so my CEO version's going, okay, let's do the work. My doubt's going, oh, let's believe it. Let's keep you stuck. And I'm like, no, not today. So we've got to be grateful for where we're at because everything happens exactly as it should, even if it's a pain in the ass. So I don't know how long I'm going to be on crutches. It's so sad because when I did it, like I was in a really joyful state and I skipped and I felt a slight twinge. And I thought, oh, it's a bit spicy. And then it just next thing I know, boom, gone. Don't mind me while you're watching. I'm just tracking my husband while he picks my son up because then I know that I need to really wrap up and get packed up because he's going to come and pick me up. But yeah, I think there's a mindset shift around every bloody corner, isn't there? But I would love to know where you're at with receiving help. We had a little bit of conversation about this inside the Vivid Business Club today about people saying it's hard to ask for help and it's hard to receive it. Like I'm much better at asking for it, but it's now the receiving that I need to practice. I need to know that I can receive and receive and receive because it doesn't, I still give, you know, like I suppose these podcast episodes actually are like, what is this hair doing? These podcast episodes are like my way. I suppose I've received all this kindness over the last few days and my husband's been looking after me and I got that coffee from Sam. And now it's me going, there you go. It's 3 episodes and I hope that they really help you out. Because I tell you what, if the shifts I'm going through, if they help you in any way, it's worth it, isn't it? It's worth the discomfort of going through them. It's just the courage being activated. So yeah, start receiving the help, babe. And don't think like me that you have to give something back. You can just receive and see how much more money you make when you open that up. I'm excited about the next week going through these shadows. Okay, my love. Right. Warrior, go and use your warrior spirit. Be determined. Don't give up unless it feels the right thing to do. And then it isn't actually giving up. It's backing yourself. All right. Take care, love. Speak to you soon. Thank you so much for listening to the No Rest for the Vivid podcast. Written, produced and hosted by Claire Hill, and music has been composed by my brother, Phil Vick.